We did it. You know, that felt like a good run at the end. Like on the straightaway near the end there, I was like, huh, there's potential. All right, we are taking another break from the Gwyneth glides here, as it's pretty intensive to do. And we're going to be picking up another schematic. We're going to be picking up the schematic for the Eternal Brazier, which is going to be used for accessing the Fremnik waters, or just about like any of the cold areas. Now I want to do that because after just hitting 80 sailing, we've unlocked Fremnik shipwrecks. That's currently the best slot shipwreck for us to do. So a bit of a process, as with everything. I'm going to go get the schematic. And in getting the schematic, I think we've seen that it's a running theme. We have to go to one island, then another island, then back to the original island. So right now we are sailing towards, if I can just locate this island, I believe it is, you know what, I'm actually a little lost here. Is it this one? No, that's Chinchompa Island. Oh, here we go. The Buccaneers Haven. All right, so we got to sail straight north. And then we got to get another key. I haven't found out where the key is yet. But let's head to Buccaneers Island right now. Made it to the Buccaneers Haven. Now, where is this chest in question? Might have to do some searching. This island is pretty big. Oh, never mind. It is right here. So we're going to receive a note. Let's read the note. On the Tier of the Soul. All right, let's figure out where that is. Probably south of Isle of Souls, if I had to guess. Tier of the Soul. Here we go. Where do I dig exactly? No, I don't have a spade. This happened to me last time, and I'm not going to get bailed out with the spirit tree on the island. Why do I do these things? All right, we're back. Got my spade. Okay, I thought it was going to be here. It's somewhere around here. Maybe I gotta read the note real quick. On the Tier of the Soul, dig directly between the longest straight line between two pieces of green. Longest straight line between the two pieces of green. Okay, right here, right here. Oh my god, it pays off to read! Back at Buccaneers Haven. Here we go. Got the key with me. Here's the schematic, Eternal Brazier schematic. Let's read that bad boy. And then now I have to find out what I actually need. In order to make the Eternal Brazier, we're going to need 4 ironwood planks, which we have that covered. 16 rune nails, have that covered. 6 runite bars, we're good on that. 6 copper nickel bars, also good on that. And the only thing we're missing is 250 of each respective salt, which, although I don't have, luckily it doesn't take too long to get. I'm wearing Varric Armor 4, but honestly I have no idea if it actually works on these things. Okay, I spent way too much time standing on my boat trying to figure out where to put the brazier. I don't really want to admit how much time I spent, but turns out, you know, you build it from the board. Okay, Eternal Brazier. There we go. Immunity to icy seas. There we have it. Now, hopefully the mahogany hull is going to be okay to sail over there, because at the moment I do not want to gather all the wood I need to upgrade to either a camphor hull or an ironwood hull. Camphor's not so bad actually, but right now I'm just 1 level away from ironwood, so I don't feel like I would want to upgrade to camphor, only to upgrade to ironwood 1 level later. Okay, moment of truth. We have the Eternal Brazier built. But will the mahogany hull be adequate for this? Got some orcas in the water. These shipwrecks are somewhere around here. Okay, a little to the left. I feel like I'm moving so slow right now. But we are in the icy waters, and I think we're okay, so. Oh, there we go. Merchants? Wait, no, merchants are not the one we're looking for. Okay, just further northwest, we got some Fremnik shipwrecks. This is what we're after. All right, here we go. Guess I will just be chilling here for a little bit, see what kind of loot we get. In between all the active sailing that I've been doing, I need to keep up with the farming for cotton and hemp, but more specifically cotton, because we are currently level 81, and at these levels and above now, we're going to require cotton more than hemp. So let's just do a quick little run. There's actually 5 different patches, but I've only been doing the 4 because the 5th one is on Intrana, and I just can't be bothered with that one, to be honest. Alright, just finished planning all the con. Now back at the shipyard, what I'm about to do is just completely a flex, but we're gonna build the Crystal Glider's flag. That pretty much just signifies to everybody that we have reached the Marlin rank for the Gwyneth Glides Barracuda trial. In the middle of my previous run just now, I managed to hit 83 sailing, which means we're going to have another upgrade on our boat. We're going to be looking at the Ironwood. Well, 81, we could do the Ironwood hull, but in terms of speed, the Ironwood hull versus the camphor hull are the same thing. Ironwood is just a little bit tankier, which for this specific boat, we mostly just use it for the Barracuda trials, so that's mostly irrelevant. But just right below it, 83 sailing, is Ironwood mast and con sails. Now I believe this is going to help us with our acceleration just a little bit, so that does have to do with speed, so we're going to go for that right now. We just have to do a bit of processing here. It's a good thing I've been doing a lot of salvaging in my downtime to get con seeds and then planting them, because we're converting these con balls into yarn, and then we're going to convert those on the loom into bolts. We're going to need 5 of those for our skiff, our small boat here. And then if we ever want to upgrade our big boat to sloop, we're going to need 10 bolts of con. But I'm going to prioritize everything to do with speed. I'm going to prioritize on the skiff, the little boat, because that's going to be the one where we use for Barracuda trials. The big boat, I'm mostly just going to be using it for salvaging and perhaps trawling when I get a look into that. I don't really know how to trawl yet, but with sailing comes better healing food, actually. 24 healing fish, I believe. Okay, I believe I have gathered everything I need. I'm just going to go over to the ship right here by Priff and recover my boat. I kind of just TP'd away from it right at the trial entrance, but it's pretty cheap. It's only 4.5k or whatever it is. Let's go ahead and customize our boat, which, by the way, the name, I don't know if you've noticed before, is Dragonclaw. That's pretty sick, to be honest. All right, modify boat schematics. We're going to look at the sails option here. Currently, we're on the camphor mast and canvas. You can see that the speed duration, or speed boost duration, is 30 with an acceleration of 1.0. So what are the upgrades here for this Ironwood one? Acceleration is the same, actually, but speed boost duration is an extra 3 seconds. That's pretty solid. I thought we would get an increase in acceleration as well, but I guess not. That's okay. But 3 whole extra seconds of speed boost duration. Plus, we're definitely going to do this because, well, once we get that done, let's take a look at the sailing tab here. Once again, core boat parts. We are going to be a ways away from the next upgrade. So, Ironwood mast, we just unlocked that at 83. The next one's going to be at 94. 11 whole levels. 94 sailing is not going to be quick to get for sure. While looking at this schematics board, I just made the realization that my boat is still on the camphor hull, and we should probably upgrade to the Ironwood. I was always under the impression that my small boat here, my Barracuda Trials boat, was already on Ironwood, but I guess not. But we're going to have to do a bit of Ironwood gathering, and I need to smelt some more copper nickel bars as well. I think I do have the ores for that, but 300 rune nails. Okay, we have those as well, but yeah, it's getting expensive here. You know, I was just about ready to go gather the supplies for the Ironwood hull, but then I just realized why I haven't upgraded to it. And I think I already mentioned this in like a previous clip I recorded, but I just momentarily forgot. But I'll just reiterate, the Ironwood hull isn't any quicker than the camphor hull, so we're just going to hold off on that until Rosewood. Whew, you know, I could have just wasted a whole bunch of time if I didn't realize that. Anyways, back to the Gwyneth Glides, and we're just going to see how much more EXP we can get to. We just hit 85 sailing, which means you can now assign 4 crewmates to duties on your boat and recruit Jolly Jim from Brimhaven. Oh, and build a rune keel. The rune keel is going to be nice for when we want to do some combat in the ocean. But 4 crewmates, I honestly, at this point, I wonder what I'm supposed to do with 4 crewmates. I don't know. Maybe something to do with trawling. Again, I'm very clueless on the trawling aspect right now. Little intermission from Gwyneth Glides. In fact, I'm probably going to do some salvaging or even try some more port tests again. Now that I'm 85 sailing, I've unlocked a few more ports and I've unlocked a 4th crewmate, which will help me with cargo. So I'm going to try some port tests, see how that's going to go. Plus, I need a little bit of break from all the Barracuda trials. But while it's still fresh in the mind, I'm going to put a crystal extractor somewhere on this boat, on this big boat, while it's still fresh on the mind. Yeah, it has to go right next to the helm. So we're gonna put it right there. What? Oh, I have a saw equipped, and I have a saw in my inventory. Okay. Well, one moment. Okay, we're back. Build facility hotspot. Crystal extractor. There we go. Now when we're sailing on the big boat, when we're salvaging and whatnot, we will be able to get some extra EXP with the crystal extractor as well. Another thing is we're going to be recruiting this NPC here, Bosun Zara. I don't know. What is that name? I don't know. But level 80 unlocks actually 5 levels ago. Would you like to join my crew? And yeah, they'll be Pandemonium. And with this completion, we should be hitting level 87 sailing, which is a pretty big milestone because you can now dock your boat at Grimstone. If I'm not mistaken, Grimstone is where the frost dragons are. And from my understanding right now, frost dragons are the best method of getting dragon nails, dragon metal sheets, anything dragon related, which is also used for that rosewood tier for all our ships and everything. And then also merchant shipwrecks are pretty nice for downtime as well. Whenever I want to salvage, I'll be sure to check those out. And a rune helm. Okay, 81 construction. We are currently sailing to the northeastmost point here of the map. Well, in the ocean anyways. Heading on over to Grimstone. We're going to check out those frost dragons. Where do I dock? Over here. Okay. Now, frost dragons are going to be located in this cave right here, I'm pretty sure. Oh, these things are aggressive. What the heck? I notice a lockbox over there, so I'm just going to go check that out real quick. There's some nickel, addy ore, some coal. Okay. What does this note say? Drumstick Isle, complete the square. I wonder what schematic that's going to be for. Okay, I've been told by a clanmate... Oh, there's runite rocks over here, too. Interesting. I've been told by a clanmate that, like, once we unlock the island, there's a fairy ring. So let's see what's going on. Okay. Frost dragons are up there. Ah, this is also the location where the double cannonball furnace is here. And there's the fairy ring. Okay. How do I know what this fairy ring code is, though? Oh, well, DLP, okay. Looking at the map tells us. This guy's mailing them here. I was told that elemental weakness, fire elemental weakness is very, very good. Let's go check out these frost dragons. Brought Fire Surge. Unfortunately, I don't have a Dragon Hunter wand, and that would actually be very useful in this situation, but oh yeah, we are absolutely nuking. Okay, well, hopefully we get some dragon nails, dragon metal sheets. That'd be ideal. We could probably get some safe spots here. Ooh, our first set of dragon nails, only 5. You know what? We need another 295 of those to make a rosewood hull for our little boat, not even the big boat, our skiff. Okay, obviously fire surging was super expensive. I was going to say super effective, but super expensive. Well, we're going to swap into our melee setup here. Apparently they're weak to crush, so I got my Inquisitor's top on in combination with Torva. We're going to put our Lance on Crush, and let's see how this goes. I don't know if I play Mage or Melee here. Maybe I protect Melee. Let's try protect Melee and see what happens. Okay, we're taking no damage right now, so that's good. We have Anti-Fire and the Anti-Dragon Shield going. I just realized if I'm going to be potted with this specific setup, I want to be taking 0 damage, so I don't need any food. Oh, a dragon metal sheet, 63 KC. At this point in time, the wiki does have drop rates, but it's very unclear, you know, like I think it's being pulled off of just player data, like player source data, and supposedly this thing is currently about 1 in 180. The dragon metal sheets are going to be used for pretty much everything. You can convert them into nails. You can use it for the keel. Right now, I'm after the rosewood hull, which is going to require 300 nails. So I'm probably going to convert that into nails. If you're looking to upgrade your boats with dragon-related things, well, you're going to have to get 87 sailing. I guess if you're any lower than that, you're not going to be able to make dragon stuff anyways, but level 87 sailing unlocks Grimstone Island, and in this dungeon right here, that's where the frost dragons are located. Frost dragons are going to drop dragon metal sheets as well as nails. Currently, this is the best known method to farm the materials. For your first time there, you're going to want to sail there first. Once you sail there and unlock the island, there's going to be a fairy ring. The fairy ring in question is going to be DLP. Once you're here, run towards the west. You can climb up on the south side or on the north side. It doesn't matter. There's going to be frost dragons up above here. You can see there's one person up here farming them already, and I've been farming them up here as well. Now, frost dragons are weak to crush, weak to fire, and weak to heavy range. So just take your pick. Just make sure you're potted up and you have anti-fire. I guess if you're ranging or maging, you can actually safe spot them too, so you might not even have to worry about that. Dragon metal sheet number 2. If you made it to the frost dragons, or you're planning to get to the frost dragons to farm some dragon metal sheets and dragon nails, check out this safe spot here. On the south side, climb up the uneven stone ledges, and then just to the right here in this little corner, well, it's not a corner, I guess, it's like a little cubby, you can safe spot the frost dragons. Oh, and we just got some dragon nails. Perfect timing. We're still chipping away at the frost dragons here. I did a bit of mobile farming as well, and I actually got a dragon cannonballs collection log while on mobile. I think I did screenshot it on my phone. If I remember, I'll slap it on the video as well. But on mobile, we did about 200 to 250 frost dragons, and looks like on the RuneLite loot tracker right now on PC, we've done about 228. Now, just checking the bank memory plugin here, we can go ahead and check how many dragon metal sheets and dragon nails we have currently. We have 69 dragon nails and 4 dragon metal sheets. So that's about 129 dragon nails, if I'm not mistaken. One metal sheet is going to be 15 nails. And yes, I think I am going to be converting the sheets into nails, because right now I'm in a rush to get the rosewood hull and then going back to Gwyneth Glides to get 99 sailing. I know it's going to be more macro efficient to save the sheets for other boat upgrades, but I'm not too concerned about that at this point in time. Still chipping away at the frost dragons right now, going for the dragon nails. I think I've decided that I'm going to convert the metal sheets for sure into nails so that I can get the rosewood hull as soon as possible. So when I first showed up, I definitely tried some fire surging, and then I was like, this is kind of expensive, and I swapped over to the melee. And then I was like, I'm using a lot of divine super combats, I'm using anti-pots, so here I am back to surging. I am burning up all my Tome of Fire pages, and I decided that I'm okay with that. You know what? I'll just get more later if it comes down to it. Plus, with the Royal Titans, it's probably not going to be that bad to get back either. And there's honestly not many places I'm going to be using Fire Surge and Tome of Fire, really, with the availability of the Shadow, the Ayak, and just like a whole bunch of other stuff. My mindset right now is just to get 99 sailing as quickly as possible. Now, technically, I don't need a rosewood hull to do that either. I could just be doing the Gwyneth Glides with a camphor hull, the boat I already have right now. But it'll just be slightly lower EXP rates. But I think the time it takes for me to get this rosewood hull and all that is probably not worth it in terms of efficiency. But you know what? That's okay. I really do want the rosewood hull because that's just going to be really good to get around, not just for the Barracuda trials, but just, you know, around the map. So that's something I definitely want. But I do wonder how important it is to have a quote unquote completed boat. Now, it's still early days. I mean, it hasn't even been a week since Sailing got released, but I do wonder what kind of future content they might release to where I would be really wanting a fully maxed out boat. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there, I suppose. It seems really backwards, but I think I want to rush 99 sailing and then take my time with the skill and really go check out what it has to offer. Don't get me wrong, I already checked out port tasks. I did a couple of combat port tasks, although I wasn't a big fan of those. I've done Barracuda trials, obviously, and I've done a whole lot of salvaging. The only thing I haven't really done is trawling. And while I was looking forward to it, based off of a few clanmates' experiences, those of them that have tried it, currently it's not the greatest right now. So again, this is early days in the sailing release, so maybe new content is still on the horizon or some adjustments and whatnot. But as of right now, 99 sailing and the Rosewood Hull is my current goal. Oh, and let me just mention this too. I don't think I outlined my game plan right now, but right now I'm 87 Slayer, I mean Sailing, just enough levels to get here on this island, start farming these Frost Dragons, but I can't even make the Rosewood Hull until I'm 93 Sailing. So what we're going to do is we're going to get these Dragon Nails that we've been after, gain 1 level, get to 88 Sailing, and then we're going to stew boost for a +5, and then that's how we're going to make the Rosewood Hull. So it's a bit of a process still, even after we get the nails. It's been many, many hours here at the Frost Dragons, and my Wrath runes as well as Tome of Fire pages, the burnt pages, are depleting. I still have about 1,000 left over, but I've kind of made the decision to swap over to a Tumican Shadow. The Shadow is about 0.7 DPS worse, but it is what it is. I'm going to keep maging here just so I can save spot. I don't really have a good range weapon for these Frost Dragons, I don't think, so I'm just opting to continue to mage so that I can save spot and not have to worry about food or anything like that, or anti-fires even. But anyways, we are close. We are very close. We're at 287 total nails if we factor in the fact that we're converting sheets into 15 nails each. Now, I think being so close, we need 300 for the Rosewood Hull, but we're going to need another 40 if we want to make the Rosewood mast and con sail down the line. So I think I'm going to go for 340 nails total while I'm here before this place gets super populated. There's already a guy on the other side, and I did have to hop a few worlds on occasion. So the longer this takes, the more people are going to end up being here. So I'm just going to go ahead and get the extra 40 nails while I'm here. All right, I was so excited seeing the drop, I just instantly telegrabbed it, but 13 dragon nails in the inventory off of that last Frost Dragon. I don't know the exact number we're at now, but we're definitely over 300, so that is enough for the haul. So right now, we're just getting more for the mass, 40 more nails, like I said. But, you know, don't get it twisted. I'm very glad to be nearing the end of this grind right here, but there's still a lot to be done. We still need another 317k sailing EXP to get to 88, and then we gotta see if we can get lucky and get a +5 sailing boost. Who knows how long that could take. Okay, we've done it. Dragon nails on the ground. Let me telegrab those real quick. And the Frost Dragon Bones. Honestly, I don't really know why I'm picking up Dragon Bones, but I've been picking up almost all of them. Funny story, you know, I was calling it this the last trip. I was like, surely last trip here. Come on, give me nails. And then on the very first KC, I ended up getting Dragon Cannonballs. Well, luckily, a couple of KCs later, we got 9 Dragon Nails. We now have over 340 Dragon Nails, which is enough to cover us the hull as well as the mass. The KCs have been added up. On mobile, I did 237 KC at Frost Dragons, and then on the RuneLite client here on desktop, I did 1,039, totaling 1,276 Frost Dragons slain, getting us 253 Dragon Nails, 6 Dragon Metal Sheets, and 142 Dragon Cannonballs. The Cannonballs aren't that relevant to us right now, but we will be converting these Metal Sheets into nails so that we can make the Rosewood Hull as well as the cotton sails, and rosewood mast.